Welcome to Jets Game Day presented by Audi. Here's your host, Eric Allen.
Welcome into Jets Game Day. Week 1 is finally here. Bart Scott, the New York Jets enter a 2024 season with big expectations, but Robert Saleh has talked about this team having a great business-like attitude.
But I'll tell you what, this year it's all business. Doesn't have like the hard knocks and everything last year. You know, they've adjusted to having Aaron Rodgers around. I think this team is poised to really represent and show what type of team they are.
All right, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. For the Jets, their first step is against the San Francisco 49ers, Monday Night Football. Let's get right into the film presented by Moody's. When we look at this matchup, styles make fights. Yep. Me and you are both boxing fans. What about Kyle Shanahan and the weapons he has offensively in San Francisco and the way he uses those guys, starting with Christian McCaffrey?
Well, when you talk about Kyle Shanahan is somebody that has a Rolodex that goes all the way back to his father, who was a Hall of Fame coach. But he's all about eye discipline. So he's going to use your rules against you. Right there, you see Christian McCaffrey, slip screen, but also the eye discipline. He's going to be able to create shifts and motions. And the eye discipline was basically, Kittle's coming over and running like he's doing a wheel route, which takes the attention of Vander Esch. And Vander Esch, reacting to what Kittle's doing is going to make him overreact and set up the blocks for the offensive lineman. As you see, he's going with Chris McCaffrey. Now he's set up, and Christian McCaffrey has a natural cutback lane. He understands your rules and what your leverage is supposed to be, and he uses it against you.
So many versatile weapons there in San Francisco. A guy like Deebo Samuel, Shanahan will move him all over the field.
Yeah, you talk about interchangeable pieces, right? Him and Christian McCaffrey are interchangeable pieces. When you think about their skill sets, this isn't a wide receiver playing running back. This is a guy that when he's in that position, he's actually playing running back. And you see Christian McCaffrey in his play lined up in the slot. So don't think that it's some trick play or some gadget play. Usually when they put a receiver in the backfield, like, oh, watch the gadgets. No gadgets. It's just a traditional power running game. But on the flip side, when you see Christian McCaffrey in the slot, don't think, oh, okay, it's a screen pass or something like that. He'll run a 9 route. He'll run a 7 route. He'll run a stop go. Remember who his dad is. Yep. His dad, Ed McCaffrey, is one of the best receivers, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. It's an advantage for Shanahan because he wants you to overreact to the personnel that he's putting out there. You may have a personnel where you don't have McCaffrey there and Deebo's in the backfield. No, this isn't some type of gadget going on. He's just playing running back and spelling McCaffrey.
Quickly, Bart, let's get into the other side of the ball. The Jets' defense, they really have to defend the center of the field and the heartbeat of the defense. The middle linebacker is C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, and this game features 2 of the best signal callers in the game. Fred Warner and C.J. Mosley are 2 of the best to ever do it and still at the top of their game. When you talk about discipline and you talk about Kittle's may not be Kelsey, but he's probably the most complete tight end in the game, and he's very capable of hurting you and with the run after the catch. So you talk about right here, C.J. Mosley having tremendous eye discipline, not paying attention to the routes that's coming underneath him and in front of him. He understands where the ball is going to go. And you talk about Brock Purdy. He's not a guy that's going to kill you with a devastating arm strength. What he is a guy that's going to kill you in the middle of the football field, 15 to 20 yards down the field, right where C.J. Mosley is usually going to be manning that part of the defense.
Coming up on Jets Game Day, Aaron Rodgers talks about his second debut for the Jets, and Eric Allen and Bart Scott debate the most favorable matchup against San Francisco. Stick around, you don't want to miss it. Jets Game Day is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit AudiOffers.com for more information. Welcome back to Jets Game Day presented by Audi. It's rare to have the same opportunity twice in the NFL, or even a similar one. But that's what quarterback Aaron Rodgers has on Monday night as he makes his second Jets debut under the bright lights in San Francisco. Rodgers' first season with the Jets came to a screeching halt after 4 plays. Now fully recovered from his Achilles injury, he's ready for his next challenge, which will come against the defending NFC champion 49ers.
Yeah, there might be a little smirk after the 4th one. We'll see, I'm sure they'll catch it, But I'm in a good mind space, really had a year to remember in a lot of ways, some really difficult things, but some great things as well. So there's always a perspective moment during the anthem to collect your thoughts and kind of send gratitude out to the universe for the opportunity to be standing on the field in pads. So I'll be really excited about that.
Rodgers will lead an offense with several of the same skill players as last year and 3 new offensive linemen, including 2 new tackles, Tyron Smith, who will protect Rodgers' blind side, and right tackle Morgan Moses.
No, it's no pressure, man. Obviously, that's our job, man, is to keep them clean, and we're going to do our job. We're going to try to keep them upright because we know what type of offense and what type of, quarterback he can be when he has time.
Rodgers' return and his return to the Bay Area and the new Jets offensive line are among some of the many storylines for Monday. This game also features 2 of the league's best running backs in Christian McCaffrey and Breece Hall. Hall is ready for an encore in year 3 after totaling 1,585 scrimmage yards last season following a return from an ACL injury.
I look back at it now and just feel like there's nothing I can't do. I had a lot of long days, a lot of long nights, a lot of wondering if I was going to be the same again, and just little stuff like that. And God willing, I was able to, work hard enough, and it just took some time. And, I feel like I'm better than ever right now. And really, to me, I haven't really done anything in this league yet. So, the hype and all that stuff's there. But for me, it's just having a standard for myself to, every time I step out on the field, I want to be the best player out there. I want every team to know who number 20 is. So just for me, like every week, I got to go out there with something to prove with a chip on my shoulder.
High expectations have not changed since last year. There is, however, a different energy. The Jets are ready to start their season under the same Monday night lights as last year.
Every year is a new year. There's always going to be new people. There's always going to be, even the same people have renewed mindsets. And, I feel like this entire team, this entire organization has a renewed mindset. And like I said, we're just all looking forward to getting the opportunity to compete on Monday night.
Thanks, Caroline. So let's get into our great debate presented by HCL Tech. Bart Scott, what is the Jets' most favorable matchup against the San Francisco 49ers Monday night?
It's not even close. My administration, the first role of our administration is to be tough on crime. We got a new Secretary of State, it's Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith was brought in here to protect the 6 of 8, and I think he's ready for the job. I think that's the biggest advantage that we have. I think it's some bad blood that's going to be there naturally because he curtailed the season last year. I think this year, Tyron Smith is going to be the key because it allows Aaron Rodgers to go through his progressions, give us big plays, and support that great defense that we have on the other side.
All right, listen, my opponent put together a very well-constructed argument. Now, Tyron Smith, future Hall of Famer, and I like that matchup for the Jets against the 49ers, Leonard Floyd. But how can you not go to the Jets' defensive interior, Quinnen Williams, Javon Kinlaw, going against a San Francisco front that includes center Jake Brendel, Aaron Banks, Dominic Pooney, and Spencer Burford? That is the Jets' most favorable matchup. You're talking about Quinnen Williams, who I think is going to be the best defensive tackle in the National Football League in 2024. And Javon Kinlaw is going back to a place where he was drafted. He knows those guys inside and out. He is poised to have a big game in front of the nation.
Listen, my opponent as well makes a great point. He's going after a man after my own heart because he's going to go with the interior line of the defense. So, of course, he knows that I can agree with him a little bit. So, on both sides, I can say that, hey, I can agree with you. I can't, dispute too much of that. But I say another nugget that's out there in a big matchup that I think we still are in our favor is C.J. Mosley against Kyle Juszczyk. Right, these are former teammates. Both of these guys have played at a high level, 4 Pro Bowls versus 5 Pro Bowls. The key to the running game, if the Jets are going to have any success, is slowing down Christian McCaffrey. A lot of times, Juszczyk is the eyes for McCaffrey to get him to that edge. I need C.J. Mosley to meet him and to cross those eyes just a little bit.
Of course, you have to go back to Baltimore with your argument, don't you?
Contractually obligated.
Okay, so if you're looking for a second favorable matchup for the Jets, how about Garrett Wilson versus Charvarius Ward? Ward said during the spring, I'm pretty sure I'll be following Garrett around. That's his name right. You gotta put respect on everybody on this Jets roster, one of the better rosters in the National Football League. I know we're talking about defending NFC champions, a team that almost won the world's title last year, but Charvarius Ward, you're gonna be lining up against a great receiver in Garrett Wilson. First receiver in Jets history to go 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 seasons.
And that's without Aaron Rodgers, right? So you know that that's going to make a huge difference, right? You talk about when Aaron Rodgers has chemistry with his receivers and nonverbal communication. If Ward wants to stay over the top, back shoulder. If he wants to go underneath, throw the ball over the top. This is why you have those tough discussions and why you push each other in training camp.
Well, that's debate 1 of 2024. I think I got the better of it.
I differ.
Coming up, Ethan Greenberg spotlights defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw in his return to San Francisco. This was presented by the official digital transformation partner of the New York Jets, HCL Tech, supercharging progress. Buy or sell your Jets tickets with the official ticket marketplace of the New York Jets at Ticketmaster.com/Jets.
So you signed with the Jets March 14th. 2 months later, the schedule comes out. Your former team, the San Francisco 49ers, the opponent in week 1. Like, what is your initial reaction when you see that?
It's awesome, bro. It's a heck of a feeling. You know, I'm trying to tell myself treat every one of them the same, but it's like, you know, it's just an extra little itch I get when I see it, you know, and to be this close now, man, it's awesome, bro. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I can see the smile on your face.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's gonna be a great day.
What's changed from your perspective, the way that you've played football from the day you left San Francisco or the day you joined the Jets to now?
I feel free. Like, I mean, the way they coach it over here is it's amazing, man. You don't really have to worry about too much. Like, literally, you don't. And it's awesome, man. What's it gonna be like for you, do you think, emotionally when you go back to that stadium? Just thinking about some of the things I had to overcome, you know, in that stadium, and then it's gonna be tough to really control my emotions, you know, but, you know, I'll get it done.
What did you make of Kinlaw the other day in Carolina?
I thought he did a great job, man. He was unblockable, in my opinion. I know Quinnen's excited because he knows he's not going to get the turn every snap, turn of the protection. Eventually, teams are going to realize they're not going to be able to block Kinlaw one-on-one, and I really feel it's going to open up for Quinnen. But he's, knock on wood, he's healthy, he's in a great frame of mind, and looking forward to watching him have a dominant year.
What do you hope to prove on Monday night?
Well, it's all gonna be for myself. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I'm just gonna be looking to show, like what I said, you know, the health is caught up to the work ethic, you know, and I've been able to really sharpen my tools this camp, you know, more than any camp that I've had, and it's been awesome for me. Just knowing that these guys actually, you know, believe in me, and, you know, I can feel it. So I know I can just go out there and cut it loose and do what I got to do.
So what's the scouting report on the 49ers offense?
I mean, you know, I've seen them a lot in practice and stuff. I mean, it's just a fast group, you know what I mean? They play super fast. And, you know, with Kyle, you never know what you're going to get. You can't really guess any plays. You see so many formations out there. You might get one formation, but he can run 10 plays out of it, you know? So it's like you just got to go pin your ears back, man, and just go vertical. That's it. That's my only job. That's my only task I'm looking to get done, and that's it.
Last year you weren't here, but a lot of people, I'm sure you've heard about it with Hard Knocks here, a lot of people talked about how the hype train was really pulling out of the station. There seems to be a level of calmness in the building. How would you describe it? It's been an amazing camp, man. It's been super stellar. And just going against that offense, it's like, damn, like this is a great unit. You know what I mean? It's just not great on defense. It's great on offense at all positions. So the hype, I think the hype is out the window. I think everybody is super confident in their abilities around here, and also health-wise, knock on wood. And then lastly, you're gonna have friends or family in the stands Monday night? Like how many people are we talking about? A lot. Yeah. A lot, probably more than 10. Okay. You know, but you know, I love the support, and it's gonna be much needed. And it's gonna be kind of like a calming effect for me to know that I have some people out there, you know, that, you know, still love me and care for me in the stands. So awesome, Javon. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother.
Coming up on Jets Game Day, Bart Scott and Eric Allen make their predictions on what will happen Monday night. We'll be right back. This exclusive interview was presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit AudiOffers.com for more information. This is presented by Moody's, proud partner of the New York Jets.
from a player's perspective, how pumped are you to be playing in front of the nation if you're a Jet against the San Francisco 49ers and in front of all your peers?
It's almost uncontrollable because you know that the NFL featured you for a reason because they expect you to be a great player, a great team, and maybe a team that can potentially reach the Super Bowl. You know, this potentially could be a matchup, a Super Bowl matchup.
Oh, there you go.
So when you talk about, you know the NFL doesn't do anything by happenstance. This was done purposely because these are two teams that the NFL believes in. But also as a team that last year fell short of your goals, you're excited because this is an opportunity to be able to get off on a fast track and you feel confident that you have your Hall of Fame quarterback with you, that you were never complete last year. This year you complete. Now you want to go show everybody who you guys are and all the hard work that you put in.
Let's get into our predictions now. The 49ers were winless last season when scoring less than 22 points, 0-5. The Jets will hold the 49ers to less than 22 points.
Listen, this is going to be a matchup between two masters, right? You got a great defensive coordinator and a great offensive coordinator. They just so happen to be both the head coaches, right? So you talk about, that chess match that's going to take place. It's the first game of the season. They usually start off slow because you don't have a familiarity with the opponent and you kind of, don't want to make the big mistake early. I think the Jets are going to have the advantage because I think they're going to be able to run the ball and maybe play keep away from this great
So where are you going here?
I'm going with the Jets are going to make sure that they definitely, I'm with you. I think that this is a low-scoring game, and I think the Jets come out on top. And this is a name that we haven't really talked about. Yeah. But Allen is going to be able to afford to be able to keep those chains moving, that big body getting those short yardage goal line type of carries.
Okay. So Braylon Allen. The Jets were 4-0 last year when rushing for more than 120 yards. They will rush for more than 120 against a very good 49ers defense.
I believe so. I think when you talk about this game in particular, this is a game that really features two of the best pair of inside linebackers. Yeah. One side is whole, our side. Their side, not so much. Dre Greenlaw is probably one of the best linebackers in the game, and we know what Fred Warner is, right? So now you're without Greenlaw, who got injured in the Super Bowl, and Javon Campbell came over from Green Bay to try and fill the void. I don't think he can. I think the advantage goes to us.
And Breece Hall is fully healthy starting this year. The 49ers have intercepted 42 passes since the 2022 season, most in the National Football League. They will be held without an interception against Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, the greatest touchdown to interception ratio in the history of football. I think this is the safest bet. If I had to lock that in, I would bet the house, the bank, and future children on that one.
I love his ball security for a gunslinger. The guy protects the football. Speaking of Rodgers, he will have more touchdown passes than Brock Purdy.
Listen, yes. I know where I'm at, right? But I'm not saying that because I'm here. Just because I truly believe that, right? I think that this is Aaron Rodgers, scorched earth. He's a year late on his mission.
He's going back to Northern California,
he's going to Northern California. This is a guy that has a lot to prove, not to himself, right? But I think he's on scorched earth to show everybody that y'all must have forgot. I know I've been injured. I've been away for a while, but I'm back. And what better statement to make than on Monday Night Football against the people's champion?
Are you really going to make this a perfect slate? Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall will combine for 10 or more receptions.
Okay, I'll disagree because I don't want to jinx it, right? I don't want to jinx it. I think Mike Williams has himself a day because I think he's going to benefit, especially when they go into their 3 wide packages, because they bring in a backup. Their actual starting corner slides over to nickel. He comes in, and if you do that, why not serve up a deep ball to a guy who averages more yards per catch than anybody in the NFL at 15.6.
So Mike Williams is going to have a big day.
Absolutely.
To borrow a phrase from you, I can't wait. Jets 49ers Monday night. The wait is almost over.
You know what? I can't wait either.